I'll demonstrate how to replace the screen on a Dell Inspiron 9400. I've never replaced a screen before. Prior to ordering this screen, however, I removed the old screen to see how it was connected and reassure myself that I'd be capable of completing this task. After removing the packaging, the first step is to remove the battery. Push the switch, pull straight up. Then remove the bezel. Start on the right-hand side, insert the screwdriver in the slot and start pulling up from the right, working towards the left. Do this carefully. The plastic is brittle, possibly because it's so old. Then disconnect the cable by pulling straight up on the tab. Next, remove the screw covers in the screen surround. Some of them are rubber, the two at the bottom and the middle are plastic. There are 8 all told. Just use a small screwdriver or your fingernail wedge under one side and pull up, and they'll come out. They're held in by some kind of glue that doesn't dry out completely, so it remains sticky. If you can do this without destroying the glue, you'll be able to use it to put them back in when you're reassembling the screen. Next, remove the 8 screws that secure the screen surround. It's a good idea to have saucers or bowls to put the screws and screw covers in so that you don't lose them. Next, remove the screen surround carefully. Don't hurry, be patient. The plastic is brittle and breaks easily. I tried using a small thin piece of plastic, a guitar pick actually, to attempt to wedge the surround off. I applied too much force at this point. The break in the plastic will only make a cosmetic difference. The surround will still fit back on fine. Now remove the 4 screws from each side of the screen. I don't think I'll be able to use this video. You want to be able to use what? The video. Oh, is that right? I broke the... What did you break? The surround around the edge. Oh no. Rats, hey? I decided to use it anyway. The screws all require a Phillips screwdriver, a small Phillips screwdriver. I found this one with a larger handle made it easier to get the screws out. I first tried the jeweler type screwdriver and I couldn't get enough of a grip on it to loosen the screws. See, my manual dexterity isn't that great. Next, you have to unscrew the wire connected to the inverter at the bottom of the screen. The screw stays attached to the wire. Now pull out the screen at the top, not the bottom, because it's still connected by wires at the bottom, and lay it on the keyboard. Next, detach the video cable at the top of the screen. Pinch the springs together and pull. Wiggle back and forth a bit if it doesn't come easily. Next, the cable attached to the inverter. Grab the tab and pull straight up. Use fingers of the other hand to hold the board steady while you pull on the connector. Next, take the wrapping off the new screen. I took the covering off the front as well. You could leave it on until you've got the cables attached to protect the screen. I took it off and put a towel on the keyboard in order to protect the screen. lay the screen down with the inverter towards the lid. Attach the video cable. Just take it and push in it. Next, attach the inverter cable by pressing the connector straight down on the thing it connects to. If you hold the edge of the inverter board with your finger when you're pressing down, it'll snap into place more easily. And turn the screen over and attach the inverter wire that was screwed onto the edge of the inverter. Then attach the video cable by pressing straight down on the connector. I decided to test the screen before I reassembled everything. I didn't want to have to take it all apart again. I used one screw on each side to attach the screen to the computer cover. And then pull the screen up, put the wire in place, and I put the battery back in. Now that the battery's in, don't touch any of the wiring. Press the on switch, but keep your fingers away from the wiring near it. Keep your fingers away from the inverter. Okay, it looks good. It's vertical lines of permanently turned on pixels are no longer there. Looks great. And remove the battery again and finish putting in the screws on the sides of the screen, 4 screws on each side. And I just used the small screwdriver for putting them back in. Replace the screen surround. And I laid the cover out horizontally to put in the screws so that they wouldn't fall out as I was screwing them in. The 2 screws at the bottom in the center are slightly different from the others. So when you take them out, you should take note of that. Next, replace the screw covers. If the glue is intact, they'll stick in. If the glue has gotten destroyed, I used small squares of double-sided tape, and that seemed to work fine for holding them in. Then reattach the bezels starting on the left side, and then working right, pressing it down as you go along. Next, replace the battery, turn it over and turn it on, and the permanently turned on pixels that were previously a problem are gone.